Okay, we're live. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's me, the Cinephile World Order, and we have a special guest here on the channel. We have Greg Brewer with us. What's up, Greg? Oh, he fell out. So I'm sure he'll be right back. I'll have to get him back in here. But yeah, thank you all very much for joining us here tonight. So yeah, we've decided to go with Black Christmas, the 1974 classic from Bob Clark, and yeah, easily up there as one of my all-time favorite slasher movies, on top of being one of my favorite holiday films in general. But yeah, yeah, we have a links pinned at the top there. Believe yeah, it's the Internet Archive link is pinned at the top. No ads, none of that bullshit. You should be able to open that thing up, hit play, and have no issues or anything with that. So, but this movie's what, like an hour 30 some minutes long. So yeah, we should be here for 2 hours tonight. But yeah, let's get Greg back into the picture here.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's all good, man. It's all good, dude. This is just it's your first time streaming
Yeah, I
like this,
know.
so nothing goes perfectly.
I hit something and accidentally closed out. My
But
bad. Well, how's it going, everyone?
yeah. Well, that's it's great to see that we got you here on the panel, Greg. And you've been a long time supporter of the channel and everything, and I just always enjoy interacting with you and everything that you had to offer to the chat and all these streams. So this is just a big moment for me. I know it is for you. I just never thought I'd see the day where you and I would physically be on a panel with each other, but it's great to see, man.
Yeah, no, this is really cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, again for all the support and joining me here for this one. But yeah, so me and Greg will do before we jump into the movie here in a little bit. We're gonna do a quick top five Christmas horror movies. Our top five Christmas horror movies that we personally think are worthy of the top five there. But we'll go through that and everything. We'll acknowledge the chat here in just a moment and all that. But yeah, hopefully everybody is having a good holiday season so far. Yesterday we actually did we did a watch party for Deadly Games, the 1989 movie, Dial Code Santa Claus. That was a first time watch party for me. I've seen the movie a few times since finally picking up that Vinegar Syndrome 4K, but yeah, that stream last night was pretty fun to do overall, especially for a foreign language film that we don't always focus on. We don't focus on many foreign language movies here on the channel. But also tomorrow night we're going to be streaming again. So tomorrow we're going to be doing the 2007 French horror film Inside, which happens to take place on Christmas Eve. So in some ways it pretty much is an unofficial Christmas horror movie. Those elements aren't right there in your face in that movie, but it's blatantly obvious that this movie takes place during Christmas Eve, going into Christmas and everything. But it looks like on the panel with me for that one, we'll have Johnny over at the Wild Guys will be joining me for that. So yeah, we have a full weekend here of streaming with Christmas horror movies.
Should
But
be pretty good.
Greg, is there anything you want to share or anything, or
No, I can't think of anything right now. It's just a lot of good Christmas movies and just a fun time to watch horror and just holiday movies all together.
Right. Yeah, I highly agree with you. But no, I just like, I know you don't really have like a channel, like, or I should say like an actual channel like full of content. I know you
Yeah,
are like more of like you're more of like a viewer and a supporter.
yeah,
But hopefully
yeah.
with
There's a
doing this stream here with you and going forward, maybe we can get you to be an official YouTuber and start pumping out content. We'll say.
yeah. We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of other channels that I support that it's in the same vein. They all do like movie related type channels that that I've been doing for like over the last 2 years or so. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like come to think of it right now. I don't know why, and I almost feel embarrassed to ask this, but like I really cannot pinpoint how you and I met each other and got together. Like, I just
I
I don't, do you remember exactly like when
I think
we
I think it might have been in Dead Pit Radio's chat that I saw your name
oh,
come
okay.
up, or Jim.
I mean, that would make sense. Like, I honestly, I haven't been going over to Dead Pit in a while for there's no reason, like, no bad reasons or anything for that. But, there's just so many channels and it could be
Yeah,
hard to keep up with so many channels. But I just haven't been over there in a while. But that would make sense, though, with you mentioning that.
yeah.
Definitely would. But yeah, I know you've been a subscriber to my channel for quite some time and everything, and I just I definitely enjoyed all the interactions with you. Even here and there taking recommendations from you. If it wasn't for you recommending Hobo with a Shotgun, I wouldn't have ended up doing
Yeah,
all the damn movies.
yeah, that's a
we
good movie.
we did what we did that we did Hobo, we did the Planet Terror, Death Proof, and Machete. So I ended up doing all
Yeah,
those movies thanks to you.
yeah, that's a crazy film.
But all right, so let's get to the chat, and we'll say hello to a few people we have here, and then we'll jump into our top five there, and then we'll get the ball, we'll get the ball rolling and watch this classic here.
All right.
All right, so we have Florida
Oh,
Dad Vader. Am
oh,
I
what's up,
saying that
Warrior
right?
Dad Vader? Yeah, from Miss Lewis's channel.
Am I saying that name right? Florida
Yeah,
Dad
Florida Dad.
Vader, right?
Yeah,
Okay, all right, all right. I just wanted to
how's
make
it going?
sure I
Thanks for
wasn't
being
totally
here.
butchering that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for stopping by, and joining in the chat. Welcome to the channel and happy holidays. And we also have Tony is here, another
Yeah,
one. It's
Tony's
another
another
new one
friend.
for me. But yeah, good to see you here, Tony. Welcome to the
How's it
channel.
going,
Happy
Tony? Thanks for
holidays.
being here. Appreciate it.
And we got the Exorcist Reviews is here. Holy
Oh, nice.
moly! Hey, how's it going there, bro?
Appreciate you
So
being
we
here.
Yeah, I know he's in like a different part of the world than where I'm at, but it's good to see he found time to drop in here and say hello. But yeah, yeah, good to see you here, man. Hopefully all is well with you. Happy holidays, and I love what you did with that black and white style um film footage that you did with The Exorcist on your channel, like the silent film style that you did with that was really interesting to see. That was like one of the most recent things I watched on your channel, but yeah, that's good stuff, man. So just, keep up the good work with your channel. Happy holidays, and hopefully all is well with you. So yeah, we got people saying hello to each other. Make sure you guys are trying to subscribe to each other and all that. Support, support, support. And we got Anthony Chobits, Anthony and his new dog
Hey, how's it
Christmas
going, Anthony?
Chabot. Yeah, hey, what's up there, Anthony? Hey, hey, how are you doing, buddy? By the way, I just went to a Christmas party. Okay, cool,
How,
man.
how was the Christmas
I was
party?
actually what's it? At my mom's apartment complex. Like she's like, "Do you want to go? They're having a Christmas party. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Nah." I was like, I'd rather sit inside and have a Christmas party here. So, but I don't know. I'm just not like a people person like I used to be. I'd rather be doing something like this in a way. I get more enjoyment out of this doing a stream, a watch party, or something. But all right, who else do we have here? We got Shamarlos is here. We have Scott. What's up, Scott? Good to see you here,
Hey, what's
Scott.
up,
Hopefully
Jamarlos?
all is well.
Scott,
Yeah,
thanks
hopefully.
for being here.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, hopefully all is well with you there, Scott. Let's see what Scott is eating today. He's got chicken and mac and cheese. That's interesting, though.
Oh,
You know
nice.
what? I bet you that would be really good if you like shredded the chicken or just maybe diced it up as small as possible. But like, yeah, that sounds really good. I don't think I've ever done chicken and mac and cheese. It sounds
Or
really fucking good.
fried chicken.
Fuck, I can get behind that. And Shamarlos is watching Jack Frost too, man. More props to you. But I could tell, Scott, he's the type of person he really does like those guilty
Yeah.
pleasures. That's his thing. He's really
Jack
into the
Frost, is that
guilty
the one where
pleasures.
they're in the tropical island? Is that number two?
Uh, you
Is
know
that
what? Dude,
the tropical one?
I can barely remember the first one at this point. So,
Yeah. The first one's okay. The second one's really bad, but it's a fun watch.
and we got Alex is here from Movie Odyssey TV.
Hey,
What's up,
Alex.
guys? Hey, how's it going, Alex? Yeah, good to hear from you, man. Yeah, it's been a while since you and I have been on a panel here on the channel. I think I think the last time he was on the panel is when we were doing those Grindhouse movies. I think we
Yeah,
did,
that and Batman, I
uh,
think.
yeah, right. Yeah. Alex is a real good guy, man, and does a lot of good content on his channel, in my opinion. I think he's a very underrated channel that needs more subscribers, more viewers. But yeah, good to hear from you, Alex. Thanks for stopping in here, and hopefully you're having a good holiday season so far. Scott also had some vegetables too. Nothing wrong with that. Gotta eat your greens.
Yeah. Some Brussels
Yeah,
sprouts.
a merry Black Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
It's
is
been a minute.
unfortunate though.
It's been a minute since I've seen Black Christmas. Be fun to revisit it.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
still,
You were telling me that, and
I
that's
still
why,
haven't
like,
seen the
another
remakes
reason
yet.
why I thought that's another reason why I thought this was a really good pick to do this. Like, like, damn, dude, he hasn't watched this classic in a while. Like, not only is this a big holiday horror movie for me, but this literally is one of my favorite slasher films, even
Yeah,
outside of just the holiday elements. It's just,
it's very well done.
yeah, it really is overall. I mean, they do
Eh,
such a good job at concealing the killer. Even that random moment too, when there's like a little girl goes missing, she ends up being killed. Did Billy do that? Like the movie is just really makes you just use your head. It could just be a very thought provoking type of movie, and also has great actors in it. A lot of familiar genre faces, like John Saxton, Margot
Yeah,
Kidder, other people, Olivia Hussey, I should say. But yeah, that is very unfortunate with all that BS going on with Rob Reiner and also Peter Green,
right.
another one who
Yeah,
was found dead recently at 60 years old. We'll have to just keep waiting to find out more info on what happened with these people. It looks like Scott is giving a mass shout out to all the countries around the world. Okay, not bad. It's fine. It's fine with me as long as you're not from Somalia. Get the Somalia there. No, I'm not a political person, though, honestly. But so yeah, Scott's got hamburgers, pizza, chicken wings, donuts, and cookies. The movie Horseman was scary. Hmm. I'll have to, I'll have
Horseman.
to,
I haven't seen that one yet.
yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I'll have to take a look at that on the tablet or whatever. But Anthony's saying it was freaking awesome. And yeah, Exorcist Reviews is saying, yeah, thank you. I figured I'd sit in. Saturdays are usually easier for me to stop by. Yeah, that's good to see, man. like I said, this movie's just a little over 90 minutes, so we're gonna keep this at a 2 hour stream. Nothing too extravagant or long, really, or anything like that. So, and we have another new one here, another
Ma
new
Vader. Yeah,
subscriber here in the chat.
she's from Miss Lewis's channel as well.
Okay, so that's Ma Vader, right?
Yeah.
Am I saying that
Mm,
right?
yes.
Hopefully, I'm saying that right.
Yep. Ma Vader.
But yeah, hello there. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping by, and happy holidays.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And yeah, people saying hello to each other. And yeah, Tony just subscribed. Thank you very much, Tony. I
Yeah.
highly
Thank you, Tony. I
appreciate
really
that.
appreciate it.
It's tough building a channel, and for the newer people that are in here right now, just to elaborate on that real quick, I originally started a YouTube channel here on YouTube in 2018. I almost had that channel at 2,000 subscribers, and YouTube terminated me because I started uploading movies. And, I
Man.
think I 50% of that is my fault because I was aware that that could happen. But I see so many other channels with movies, you know, in their content
Right.
section that just get away with it. So I figured, all right, what's the big deal? So, but I think somebody reported my channel, initiated all that. Who knows?
Man, that's
But I
man, that's a lot of
understand
work
that.
down the drain.
Yeah, and but like like the most fucked up part about that for me really was like I had videos of my dog when she was a puppy on there. I also had videos of like me and like some family going to like ballparks out of state. Like I was up in Boston at Fenway Park. I had video there. I had video at the Pittsburgh Pirates Stadium. I'll never get that stuff back. All the other
Man,
stuff
that
that I
sucks.
uploaded that's like movie related, all that stuff to me is just fixable. It's replaceable. But the
Yeah.
losing the puppy videos that I have my dog, like that's the one that really hit me like fuck, man. But I 50% of that really is my fault, and the other 50% is like, come on, man. Like, all right, if I'm uploading something that's going against all the guidelines of YouTube, why can't you send someone an email, a warning to take the stuff down? I didn't get none of that. Nope, just
Right.
terminated. So yeah, the new channel, I think I'm around like 650 subscribers, which I'm grateful for, honestly, even get to that point. But yeah, I'm just in the process of trying to rebuild a channel here again on YouTube and just trying to, stay caught up with you guys. That's all. But all right. So we also got WW's here, Wild Wrangler. Hello there, Wild
Hey,
Wrangler.
what's up,
Yeah,
Wild
good to
Wrangler?
see you. Yeah, good to see you here, man. I think the last time I saw you here might have been Halloween night when we did Night of the Demons, maybe, I think. But yeah, good to see you here, man. Hopefully all is well with you, and hopefully you're having a good holiday season so far. Yeah, that's right, Florida Dad. They are really.
Yeah.
I trust me.
Yeah,
I've
getting
learned my lesson with all that stuff now. I really,
seems getting
I
worse and
know
worse
what
every year.
to. Yeah, even between the extended ads after an ad, it just YouTube just ain't what it used to be, man. Unfortunately, and
Yeah.
like, with saying that too, like there's just a lot of times of being on YouTube, like I almost feel like I'm just like hanging by a thread. Like, and what I mean by that is like if that thread breaks, it means like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with YouTube. you know? But I'm just I don't know, I'm just trying to take everything with a little bit of the grain of salt, just trying to take it for what it is. Enjoy the time on here and interact with people, which is, how I met you ultimately, Greg. And
Yeah.
I'm just so thrilled to have you on the panel. Honestly, it just you on the panel right now has just completely made my day. I never thought this would happen. So
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
yeah, no problem, man. But all right, yeah. So yeah, Tony saying, yeah, Sean, you can do it. Yeah, it's that's the thing. Just gotta keep rolling with the punches. Got to keep trucking, man. Right about that. And Wild Wrangler saying he watched Christmas Bloody Christmas. Yeah, the 2022 movie. That's a Joe Begos movie. Which where is that? Yeah, I had that around. Yeah, I had that in the
Is that the
collection
one
here.
with the robot Santa? Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, the robot Terminator style Santa, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
that
the
looks pretty
movie's
good.
fun for what it is. I don't think it's like some award-winning fucking movie. It is a small movie and everything. A lot of Joe Begos movies are, of low budget, even like kind of a low runtime. Like another one that's really good from him is VFW. That's a really good one, especially because of the cast. I know he did a slight vampire flick called Bliss. And wait, didn't he do Hobo too? Or I gotta look up Joe Begos again, man. I know, like I don't know, Joe Begos has done quite a few interesting movies. I know also through the Shutter studio, but I know I'm drawing a blank on one of his movies right now. It's really important, or well, to me, Joe Begos. Bagos Films. So yeah, he did. Oh right, he did Psycho Gorman. Did he do
Oh,
Psycho
really?
Gorman? Or wait. I'm sorry. Nope, that's the wrong person. Wrong person. Wrong person. So he did the recent movie Jimmy and Stiggs. That movie Bliss, Christmas Bloody Christmas, VFW, The Mind's Eye. Another one called Almost Human, which I haven't seen. And I think that is everything from him so far. But like another thing I've noticed with him that I kind of enjoy with his movies is he is definitely a fan of neon luminescent lights. You notice that throughout his
Y-
movies, like every you get
Right.
a lot of neon colors and shit throughout the production and everything. But overall, I could say that I did enjoy Christmas Bloody Christmas for what it is. And we got George is here. G Man, the Sailor Outlaw. What's up
Hey,
there,
what's up,
George? Happy
Sailor?
holidays, bro.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. George is, always he's always here.
Yeah, he's always coming
Always
by.
supporting the
He's
channel.
a regular.
Yeah, he's always supporting the channel, man. And I don't know if you've hooked up with him or not, but he's also a gamer. I know you're a gamer, Greg. So just saying,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. I
both of
noticed
you
he
might
talks
be able
about
to
playing video. Right.
I think that both of you guys might be able to, hook up in that kind of way. I'm not really like I just me personally. I
Yeah.
just never been that much of a gamer. I grew up on like Nintendo N64 and early PlayStation models, but like around like 04, 05, 06 is kind of when I just kind of drifted away from all that stuff.
Yeah, I still play from
But
time to time.
Well, yeah, Exorcist reviews. What drives me nuts regarding YouTube is having to watch what you say. We end up using words like unalive. Yeah, yeah, you gotta like. Oh, it's such dude. It's like fucking playing Scrabble, like coming up with the right words to say to get your comment to be accepted. It's one I noticed recently, which I probably shouldn't even be talking about, but so obviously you can't say the N word on YouTube, right? But it
Yeah.
seems like, people that comment on things have gotten creative and they've taken the N word and switched it out with the word ninja. So, but, you got to get creative. You want to get your point across, but, just saying that's just an example, probably a bad one, but just And yeah, so Wild Wrangler said he's seen Almost Human. He said it was good in his opinion. So yeah, that's one I have not seen. I don't know why I was thinking that he directed Psycho Goreman, but no, he didn't. But that's a movie I would actually like to do a stream for. Really, I really would like to do a stream for that one. But all right, so let's go ahead and get into our top five picks now. You ready to
All
do
right.
this, Greg?
Yep. All good to go.
All right, so we're gonna do top five Christmas horror movies here, real quick, and then we will have one honorable mention apiece. So, all right, where am I at here? All right, so my number five pick is gonna have to be the one that we just did a watch party for, and that is the 1989 film Deadly Games Dial Code Santa Claus. I know I got a lot of glare on that right there, but yeah, just a very fun movie for what
Yeah,
this
that was
is.
an interesting movie.
And, this came out in 1989. Home Alone came out, what, the following year? There is
Yeah.
the ongoing argument of did Home Alone rip off this movie? I feel like the elements are really there to say that. But I mean, I love both movies, that's for sure. I almost give this the edge over Home Alone because of the fact that this is more of a horror movie. This has the slasher elements, unlike Home Alone is, it doesn't really have the horror elements there for obvious reasons. But yeah, that would be my number five pick, Deadly Games Dial Code Santa Claus.
All right, going with my
So
number five
you're,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, my number five will be the 1980 film Christmas Evil. It's kind of like the first
Ah,
big,
yes.
kind of like the big first horror movie. To feature Santa as the killer. Kind of started the whole wave of that, and yeah, that's my number five.
No, you are right about that too. Like, Christmas Evil night. It's 1980 when that came out. That is really what opened the door for Killer Santa movies. It really did. But all right. So yeah, number four pick here. I cannot find my copy of it, which I'm like really embarrassed about right now, but it's somewhere in this room. My number four pick has got to be Joe Dante's 1984 classic Gremlins.
Yeah,
Love Gremlins. And, I know it's a movie that was released initially in June of 84, which I think was, I guess releasing it in June, they were probably going for that summer blockbuster hit kind of thing. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think they should have released that in like November or,
yeah. November or
something
beginning
like
of
that.
December.
Because, yeah, there's no way around it. It's a fucking Christmas movie, It's just like the argument of Die Hard. These are
Yeah, it's
Christmas
a
movies, but
yes,
yeah, I don't know. When Gremlins came out, it was just such a new thing too. You got these little creatures, a lot of puppeteering work. Even seeing Mrs. Deagle shoot out the window. Me and my brother used to rewind that on VHS back to back. Just like, yo, we gotta watch her go out the window again. We just rewind that shit all the
yeah.
time.
That's a great scene.
But Gremlins is just endless fun. I'll never get tired of that movie. And yeah, it's a little high on the list. I know it comes in at number
Mm.
four, but yeah, there's no way I can
Yeah,
do a top five like
yeah, it's
that and
definitely a
not mention
favorite for a
Gremlins.
holiday and a horror film together.
Right, right. All right, so you're on your number four.
Okay, my number four would be the original 1984 Silent Night, Deadly Night. Another
Nice.
another Santa slasher that at the time caused a lot of controversy. I guess it was being banned in a lot of theaters and didn't get a lot of
Yeah.
promotion back in the day. So it became kind of like a cult classic.
Right. Yeah, that is definitely you want
I
to talk cult classics. That
yeah,
is
I think it
definitely
was
one to
actually
put in the category.
I think it was actually pulled from the theaters like within a week of its release, and it hurt the film.
From I mean, I'm not trying to be like I know it all, but I just when I was watching the newer interviews from the Scream Factory Blu-ray. Apparently, it was the first 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it got pulled from the
Yeah,
theaters because the
that's
parents were
crazy.
all picketing and everything outside.
Yeah,
So yeah, the first 2 weeks it got pulled from theaters, and yeah, it suffered. But obviously, it did better later on
yeah,
with
on
with
video and
video
everything.
rentals. Yeah. Oh yeah, not a bad pick. So all right, we're on number three now, right? So yeah, my number three is gonna have to be the one that you just picked. Yes. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yes. 1984 classic. Just such a fucking fun movie, man. Just so over the top too. I mean, just even when, like the original Santa Claus that induces the trauma to Billy, even when he sticks up the store, he kills the corner store clerk. He's like, $31. Like, he kills the guy for like 31 fucking dollars and shit.
Yeah,
I just think the movie does such a good job at having this unintentional humor to it while also being pretty vicious at times. But yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night is just such an undeniable movie, and I'm really looking forward to checking out the new one, which is also available on Look Movie now.
yeah, I've been hearing some good things about it.
Yeah,
That
but
that
all
theme
right,
song is
so
pretty creepy too, with the children singing.
yeah, yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah,
All right.
so we're on your number three now.
Okay, my number three. Okay, it's not a Christmas movie per se, but it's set in the winter time. So my number three would be the 1990 film Misery.
That works. That
Yeah,
works in my opinion.
yeah. James Caan and Kathy Bates were excellent together. It's a no movie about no claustrophobia, seclusion, no isolation, and
Yeah,
torture. And
yeah.
yeah, and
I
and it's one of Rob Reiner's best films, I think.
Right. Yeah. Also directed by Rob Reiner. I mean, the
Yeah,
movie just had its 35th anniversary on November 30th. So I even think that release date, as it overlaps into December, that winter setting that it has, to me, it's very appropriate, dude. There's nothing
yeah,
like I fully agree with you with picking that. And I didn't see that coming either. So yeah, you got me on that. But that's a solid choice, man. Really is. So all right, down to number two now. All right, this might get a little controversial here, but yes, my number two pick is going to be the one we are watching tonight. It is Bob Clark's 1974 slasher, Black Christmas. Yes, this is really up there as one of my all-time favorite slashers, holiday involved or not. This is a top tier slasher for me. Just so creepy, and just everything they do with Billy, like how well that they conceal him throughout the movie. They do such a good job at really making you think on who the killer is in this film. Atmosphere on top of that, even the fact that in the beginning of the movie when you see Billy climbing up that vine to get upstairs, they're using a steady cam at that point. Like this is the early days of using a steady cam. But that alone is enough to really grip you and pull you into it and be like, I'm about to watch a fucking very unique fucked up movie here. But yeah, I just think all the actresses, everybody, actors, actresses are on top of their game in this movie, and this is just truly a movie I'll never get tired of. So yeah, that's my number two, Black Christmas, the original.
yeah, very cool. Well, for my number two, I'm gonna have to go up to the same thing, the 1974 Black Christmas. It's it's like one of the first well-known slasher films that really kind of started the whole wave of the slasher genre, and Halloween kind of picked up on that 4 years later, and it just
Yeah,
became a boom into the 1980s with the slasher genre. And what is crazy, I just found out recently that Bob Clark is the same director as A Christmas Story.
Right.
9 years later.
Yeah.
That's quite the jump doing Black Christmas and a family friendly film like A Christmas Story.
Yeah, it
But yeah,
seems like not everybody will realize that. And I think people that are more fans of horror are a little bit more familiar with, Bob Clark's name being attached to Black Christmas compared to like A Christmas Story. I'm even
yeah,
glad that you mentioned A Christmas Story because I haven't watched it in a couple years, but I watched it about a week ago and I had a lot of fun going back and watching it. But like
yeah,
one of the reasons why I don't watch it every year is because it's constantly on TV.
yeah,
It's just one of those movies for me that kind of just got so played out, played just ran into the ground. But
yeah. They have a
it felt
marathon
good
of
to
it
go
every
back and
year.
see it again. And, after all these years of not seeing it, I finally was able to like really enjoy it again. But yeah, Bob Clark, man, it's a shame he's not with us anymore. I think he died in a car accident back in like 2004. I think that was his demise there with that. But
Man, that's terrible.
all right, so we're on number one now, right?
Yep.
All right, the number one pick for me, which is one that you have already picked. Yes, this is my favorite holiday film. I don't care what anyone says about it. And I know there's very, very conflicting fans about this movie. Some people like it, some people don't. That's perfectly fine. To me, I find this to be a perfect holiday movie, and that is the 1980 film Christmas Evil.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's just, what's his name? Harry. I don't know. I just know his name's Harry in the movie, but he has a traumatic experience with him and his brother and his mom, with Santa coming down in the chimney and giving out presents. And he sneaks out of bed, sees his mom doing some naughty things with Santa Claus. And at the same time, his brother's on his shit about the fact that Santa is not real and all this. And he refuses to believe that, no, Santa's real. And he has this traumatic experience where he ends up cutting himself with a broken piece of glass, and this ends up taking effect on him years and years later. He just never gets over Christmas or Santa Claus in general. But he works at a toy factory, and over time, he gets tired of everybody that he works with. No one takes Christmas seriously. So he decides, you know what? I'm going to be Santa Claus this year. I'm going to be the one going into people's houses and giving out gifts. But it backfires. He ends up killing some people. A lynch mob comes after him, and I'll just leave it at that. But man, just such a fun fucking holiday movie. So that's my number one right there.
Good pick.
All right, so what's your number one?
Okay, my number one is going to be the 1984 film Gremlins. It's
Ah, yeah,
set in the Christmas time. No, it's debatable if you want to call it a horror film or a comedy film. It's both. It's great to watch
yeah,
during the holidays or any other time. It's just I like the design of the Mogwais and Gremlins, and it's a really great film by Joe Dante, who's also done the original Halloween, 1981. No, he ventured off
yeah.
from doing horror to comedy, and now we got Gremlins 3 coming on the way in 2027. So
Fingers are
I'm
crossed on that
yeah,
one.
I'm hoping that will be good. It's been over, it'll be over 35 years since Gremlins 2. I'm just hoping they
Right.
just stick with practical effects and not too much CGI.
Yeah, and like nowadays, it's almost like you have to expect the CGI. But I just feel like if you're, you're a filmmaker, you're in that field. At this point, there's got to be a fair blend. All right, I
Right.
understand you can't execute everything perfectly, so I feel like you have to use CGI when it's necessary. You can't overuse it. You overuse it, it becomes too obvious, and it just doesn't
Yeah,
become
I
very
agree.
enjoyable to watch that on screen. So I think nowadays, with today's era with filmmaking, is you got to find the right blend of CGI and practical.
Hmm. Yeah, if they
But
keep it in the
uh,
same vein as the original films, I think it'll turn out pretty good.
hopefully, yeah, like I said, man, fingers are crossed on that. But all right, we will get into the honorable mentions here, and then we will jump into the movie. So, the one honorable mention here I have is a slasher film from 1981 with Daphne Zuniga in her very first film role, and this is The Dorm That Dripped Blood. So, yeah, I wouldn't expect everyone to be familiar with this movie. It is a slasher, though. If you're a slasher aficionado, maybe you're aware of it. But this is a film that takes place at a college campus during Christmas break. Everyone's going home for Christmas break, but a few kids decide to stay behind and stay on campus and do some cleaning up, but there's a killer going around killing people with like baseball bats, with power drills. Like, really, for a very low budget film, for what you get with this, is very enjoyable. And yeah, it's just a movie that takes place during this time of year and everything. And I wouldn't say the Christmas elements are right there in your face, but it's spoken enough throughout it that it makes it obvious that this is a Christmas slasher. So it's yeah, I would highly recommend this one if you're a fan of slasher films and you're looking for something different. Give this one a watch. It's not even that long either. I think it's only
Hmm.
87 minutes. So yeah, it's not a very long film, but
Yeah,
fun
I'll have
for
to
what it
check that
is.
out.
So
I haven't seen it yet.
yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, that's The Dorm That Dripped Blood.
All right, my honorable mention is it's not a horror movie per se, but it's got enough horror element to be considered a horror movie, I think. But Richard Stanley's 1990 film Hardware. It takes place during
Yeah.
Christmas time, and I think it's a very underrated, not very spoken about movie that should get a lot of attention because it's a well made movie for the budget that it was. I think it was done for like just over $1 million, and it's just incredible what they did with that film back in the day. But yeah, it just got a new 4K released by Umbrella Entertainment, and I think it's an incredible film. Has a lot of suspense and horror for being a sci-fi thriller, and yeah, there's some subtle Christmas references throughout the movie, decorations, and just mentions about being Christmas. So it does constitute as a Christmas film.
Yeah, that's a film that I still need to get a copy of. More than likely, I'll probably go after that standard Umbrella edition on Blu-ray. But
It has
as
like a
soon as I get
real
that in my collection, as soon as I get that in my collection, though, Greg, you and me definitely got to do a stream for that one.
Yeah, it has like a real post-apocalyptic cyberpunk feel to it. No, it's real sci-fi,
Right.
but it's got a lot of horror in it too.
Yes. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen it. And yeah, I know it's got Dylan McDermott's in it, very early role
Yeah,
from
it's got
from
a
him
good
and
cast.
everything. But yeah, that's a film I desperately need to get into my collection. But yeah, so that'll do it for the top five there. I thought that was just something that was appropriate and fun for us to just add in here before we jump into the movie. But all right, so if everybody is ready, we're going to go ahead and get the show on the road here with Black Christmas. So for anyone that is joining in, the Internet Archive link is pinned at the top there. If you don't own the movie, you should be able to just open that, access it, hit play, and you shouldn't have any issues with it. So, Greg, whenever you're ready to go, we can do a 10-1 and we'll get this going.
All right, I'm good to go.
All right, we'll just give it a brief moment here for anyone in the chat that might be joining in. All right. All right. So, all right, here we go. Yeah, I'll get back to the chat here in just a moment. I apologize, everyone, but I'll get back to reading the comments. But all right, so we're gonna do a 10-1 now. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play, motherfuckers. Happy holidays.
Well, it's crazy that this film is 51 years now.
Right. That's right.
19,
This time
1974.
last year, I was trying to do a 50th anniversary watch party for it, but of course, some fucking dumbass broad got in the way of doing that. But that's why I don't deal with certain people on here no more. Can't get nothing done with certain people. But thank God you're a cool dude, Greg. Thank fucking God, man. But just the opening of this film with the
John
subtle
Saxon.
Silent Night song, with all the titles, showing up. It's just another thing is just like all the contrast, the darkness, and all these scenes. And once we get through these credits, and then you watch Billy creeping his way up to the attic and everything, to me, it's just, I find that so disturbing. All right, let's get back to the chat here. So yeah, Florida Dad, Terminator, Santa Claus. That's entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
It
to
is
check
fun
that
for
out.
what it is. Yeah, Christmas, bloody Christmas. It is fun for what it is. Yeah,
I've
you
seen the
just.
trailer
I feel
for it.
like it's. I'm sorry. Say that again.
I've seen the trailer for it.
Oh, so you haven't seen it yet?
No.
Dude, yeah, give it a watch, man. I think you'll have fun with it. But I just think going into it, you just got to make sure that you're not taking it as like, all right, I'm about to watch something like Saving Private Ryan here. Like, it's just it's just not that serious of a movie. But no, I think you could have a lot of fun with it, and I know how you are with your humor and everything, so I really do think you would enjoy that one.
Yeah, I think this is like one of the first films that utilizes the POV that slashers are popular for.
Right, and this is the steady cam. Like the steady cam is when it's strapped to your torso, and it follows all your movements while it's supposed to be pointing forward. But yeah, this is like one of the early works of using the Steadicam in a movie. And it's another thing. Like you really don't get a straight visual on Billy in this movie. Our antagonist, our psychopath, and that alone is makes it really creepy. And a movie I actually do like to kind of compare to this. That's not a holiday movie based on like the phone calls. Have you ever seen the original 1979 film When a Stranger Calls?
No, but I've heard of it.
Dude, give that one a watch, man.
All
I
right.
caught that on TV in my early teens. I'm telling you, that movie fucked me up, dude. I couldn't go to sleep that night. I actually, even the following, like the next night, I had trouble being in the house by myself just watching that movie. But of course, I saw that at a very young age. I think I was like 11 years old when I found that on TV, but it fucked my day up, man.
Do you think Wes Craven ripped this movie off with the creepy phone calls? Because Freddy Krueger did that to Nancy in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and then that's done again in the Scream movies with the with
I'm,
the killer, calling on the phone.
the only reason why I'm gonna say no is because there is quite a few movies that use that technique, that element. So I'm gonna say no, but it's obvious that Wes Craven, he's utilized that more than once in his movies, which is perfectly fine as long as it's fitting and
I think that
effective.
might have been done in Halloween also.
Yeah, What with PJ
Yeah,
Souls, I guess, getting strangled with the phone and stuff, right?
yeah. Or was it their scene where someone was like answering the phone and there's like no one on it or something?
Yeah, Jamie answers the phone and then she looks out the window and she sees Michael on the bed sheets
Yeah.
drying outside. So we see Billy has made his way into the attic so far. And all the sorority girls are drinking, they're distracted. But Billy is making his way down the ladder right now, which now he's officially in the house. But yeah, George is saying, hey, that would be dynamic, Sean. You know, me and Greg talking video games and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, that's
No, there you go.
I, I I know you know both of you guys are very into that stuff, so I'm pretty sure you guys could link up in that kind of way. And Wild Wrangler saying, and to all a good night, 1980, David Hess, right? He directed that. Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard of that movie too. I haven't watched that one either.
I don't have that one in my collection. It's been quite a while since I've seen it. Me
Another
personally, I
one
don't
is
think. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, and another one is Don't Open Until Christmas, 1984.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun one because they kind of reverse it in that one. It's you don't have the killer Santa killing people. You got someone going around killing people that are dressed up as Santa. So, you know,
Yeah,
that I think alone right there makes it very interesting. It also has a bit of a, you know, some erotic exploitation elements to it and everything, but you know, and it, oh, it also has what's her name in it? What the fuck's their name? That beautiful actress, damn. She has like a duet song in it or something. I can't remember her name. Carolyn Monroe. That's her name. Carolyn Monroe. She's got like a moment when she does like this little song duet thing or something with another musician or something. But you know, I really do want to see that one again though. To all a good night, the 1980 film. I really do want to see it again. Over the years, I never really found it to be super good as you know good. I'm sorry, as good as some of these other like holiday horror films, but it's been quite some time since I've seen it. So I just think, you know, if I see it now with like, you know, a more open mindset, it might grow on me. But we're at the scene now where the obscene phone call is taking place, which is in no way like, yo, there's no way they filmed this and recorded this with one person. Like, no, this is multiple people yipping, yapping, yapping away, which it, could it obviously it's Billy, but who else is there? Be well, Agnes is too young, I guess, right? Let me lick your pretty pink cunt. This is a creepy ass phone call, though. Let me lick it. Let me lick it.
it's funny. She's not bothered by it at all.
Yeah, Margot Kidder. Like like all the other girls are totally creeped out by, it, but Margot Kidder. So she's also been drinking, and she's just like, not
she
bad.
she's she's not buying it.
Yeah. Listen, you pervert. I lick your pretty pink cunt. You want my fat cock? Oh, God.
Oh, she was Lois in the Superman movies, the Christopher Reeve ones, right?
Right.
I think
She
that's
was
who it is.
also in the original Amityville Horror.
Oh, okay.
Fastest tongue in the West. La, 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 la. Yeah, Florida Dad there saying yeah, Gremlins is definitely a Christmas movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
all day long.
it's a definite
Mer, mer, mer,
favorite.
mer, 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 mer,
I can't get
mer, mer,
tired of
mer,
that.
mer,
That
mer.
I can't get tired of that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it truly is one of those holiday films, even outside of the holiday itself. It's such an enjoyable film. Corey Feldman dressed up as a Christmas tree because his dad sells Christmas trees and shit.
Right. I didn't realize for years that Howie Mandel was the voice of Gizmo either. That kind of it took me years after watching the movie for the first time to realize it was him.
Like it's funny you mention that, but like I'm with you there on that, but like I also didn't realize that he was the actor and the voice of the monster in Little Monsters.
Yeah, yeah, Maurice.
Yeah, Maurice, that's his name. That's the phone call. Since I can't play clips without having 44.99 a month, I got to use my tablet. Oh, this scene's creepy here though. So yeah, we have Claire who is packing to go away for the holiday season. And she's trying to locate her cat right now, which I find it so weird that the cat's name is Claude. What a name for a cat, Claude.
Yeah, kind of
So
generic,
she's
isn't it?
it's very out there. But you know what though? This is like a Canadian production. Claude is a Canadian name. So I guess that's why they went with that. But this scene's just so creepy, man. She goes into her closet here. You can't see who's in this closet besides her herself. And then bang out of nowhere. So yeah, Claire's just been attacked in her closet. Meanwhile, the house mother is getting a moo for Christmas. Yeah, George is saying, but imagine if all the gremlins from Gremlins battled Bill Goldberg's version of Santa Claus from Santa's
Oh,
Sleigh.
geez.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
I want to see that, man. Yeah, Wild Wrangler saying, yeah, Sean and Greg plus chat. Y'all seen Silent Night, Bloody Night? Yes, 1972 slasher film. Yes, I forget the actress that's in that. I know.
I think I've seen that one.
I know she was in the ninth or the newer film 2009's House of the Devil, the actress that's in that. But yes, I do have that film on DVD in my collection, which is supposed to be a more upgraded print to HD, even though it's not a full 1080p print. But yeah, that's definitely another one. It's very underrated too. But I would say at times like I feel like I don't know how to describe it in a way because I enjoy the movie, but there at times I feel like the movie can kind of move along a bit slowly to where it almost comes off as like a drab kind of watch, but it has a very interesting story to it. So, you know, I think that's the type of film, if you're into this time of year with, holiday horror movies, and you're just looking for something different, you haven't seen that, definitely give that one a watch. So yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that one there, Wrangler. And yeah, it's an early 70s one too. But yeah, we got Johnny's here from the Wild Guys. Hello, Sean and
Hey,
Greg, good to
wild
see you
guys.
on the screen. Yeah, so tomorrow night we will have Johnny over at the Wild Guys on the panel with me. We'll be watching the 2007 movie Inside. And
Oh,
we'll find
nice.
out what it is inside.
I don't think I've
Yeah,
seen that one either.
Wild Wrangler saying drunk driver hit Bob Clark and his son in a car. If yeah, I think that is the
Damn.
article I do remember reading about, but yeah, that was the end of Bob Clark and everything there. But he left us with many great movies. You know what's a movie of his I really enjoy watching, even outside of like the Halloween season, is 1972 movie called Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. You ever see that one?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
So apparently Bob Clark was still in film school when he was making this movie, and he had film, his friends like students and stuff helping him with it. But it's basically a zombie film. These kids go to this island where there's all these buried people, and apparently this island is for they bury prisoners, dead prisoners there. So it's a very secluded island, and they decide that they want to go to this island one night. They want to conjure up all the dead people. They think they have all the remnants to pull up this seance to make all these people rise from the grave. So they think that they failed at doing that, but once, a little bit of time goes by, the corpses start coming out of the graves and they start attacking the kids and everything. So, yeah, it's a very low budget zombie film. But, for what he was able to accomplish with that movie, with being in film school, I think it's not a bad film, especially with considering how low of a budget it was.
Huh. I'll have to check it out.
Another one here is another one from Bob Clark. You ever see Death Dream?
No, I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, it's almost like the kind of concept of like Pet Cemetery in a way.
Hmm.
You got a son that goes, or a family, and their son gets drafted in the Vietnam War. He gets killed in the war, but when he comes home, he's not himself, and something has revived his corpse, and he starts killing people and all this shit. But you could say that you could put this in that kind of slow burner realm category, whatever you want to say. But I think that Dream is a really good one, especially being from the early works of Bob Clark. So that's another one I would recommend.
Well, here's an iconic scene with the plastic bag.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Uh,
Claire in the rocking
yeah,
chair here. She rocks back
yeah.
and forth with the bag over her face. Yeah,
Didn't they use that like on the poster too, on one version?
yeah. It's even in the the artwork on the thumbnail for the stream. She's there with the plastic on her face. So, but yeah, for the most part, this movie was filmed in Toronto, Canada. All right, I need to refill a cup. So just give me a few seconds. I will be right back, Greg.
All right, no problem. Damn, that guy looks like your typical 1970s hippie. Some wild styles back in the day. Reminds me of my grandma. Man, that's some ugly wallpaper.
Alright. Oh, shit. Alright. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh no, it's cool.
Alright. Yeah, it's see, this is where I love the humor that's inserted in this movie, mostly through the house mother. The house mother is just not the typical. You would think that the house mother would be like really just an uptight person, but she's just so laid back. She lets the girls do whatever they want. She's hiding bottles of brandy throughout the house, trying to hide the fact that she's an alcoholic and all this shit. But she's very down to earth with the students that stay at this house. All right, let's get back to the chat here. So Florida Dad saying, I hope it's not like the new Beetlejuice. Yeah, right. God,
Yeah, no, that was like a disappointment. I guess they're
that's a
doing a third
shame.
one too. There's a
Ah,
third one. There's a third one in the making. Yeah.
why? Beetlejuice is actually the first movie I've ever seen in a movie theater. That's the first movie I've ever seen.
The first one is such a classic. It's so good and so well done, and it didn't take a lot of time to do it. And then the new one, it took like 36 years. The plot is convoluted and it's just all over the place.
Sorry, I got to adjust my light system. That fell apart. All
Oh
right.
no, it's
I
cool.
was like, why is it so dark in here?
Yeah, the new Beetlejuice is like it could have been better than it ended up.
Yeah, like even just looking at the trailer, I just looking at the trailer just was screaming overproduced.
Yeah, I think they used a lot more CGI in that film than they'd like to admit to.
Yeah, I think that's obvious, man.
But yeah, I saw a
And
post that they are doing
Florida Dad saying, what about
a three.
Krampus?
Oh, Krampus? Yeah, that's a fun movie.
No, yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Krampus. I recently did a short video in my short section of I did a thing called the 12 Sleighs of Christmas, and that made my top 12.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Christmas or Krampus is that's another one that just had a significant anniversary back on the 4th. That's officially 10 years old now. But yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of Krampus. I enjoy that. I know some people have issues with that movie, with like how the end of it is like, oh, it was all a dream. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I thought Michael Dougherty. He I thought he really managed to make a very creative holiday film with that. Obviously did a great job with Trick or Treat too. The Halloween horror anthology.
I actually was going to add it to my top 5 list, but I was going to put Ginger Dead Man on there as a no. It's a fun holiday film.
Yeah, I gotta give that one a watch again, man.
the The first one, at least, the first one's the best out of the 3 films.
And see, that's just another thing I enjoy about
You actually
interacting
have
with you,
Gary
Greg.
Busey in the first one.
Right, I forgot about. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, he's actually
Right.
the Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah. But that is just another thing I like about interacting with you, Greg. Like, you and I are technically the same age. Like, we're only like a month apart in like age difference there. I'm in April of '83. I think you're May of '83. But like, yeah, like you and I
Uh,
really do. Like, I think you and
1984.
I just. Oh, you're '84.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. I thought you were 83. I'm sorry. All right, so we're about a year apart. No, not much of a difference there. But anyway, I just think you and I, are really, we both agree on the same kind of movies, really, as far as
yeah.
what we like. I
I've been a
just,
horror
I
fan
think the both
forever
of us.
since like early child, pretty much. My
Oh, so
dad kind
now
of
we're
got me
getting
into
the
horror
second.
movies early on.
See, I wish it was like that with my dad. See, my parents were not cool with me watching horror films, but I'll just never understand because, like, I'll even ask my dad sometimes because I'll be like, why was it that I'm allowed to watch movies like Full Metal Jacket and like Uncommon Valor and Hamburger Hill? Like, why am I allowed to
Hmm,
watch these war movies with you, but I can't watch Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees? Like,
hmm. Yeah, that's real
ah,
horror.
right, right. But we're at the scene now where we're at the police station, and this is where Margot Kidder's gonna fucking pull her fucking bullshit here with her fellatio. I think if they did make here's I think let's say if they made a Black Christmas 2. Here's a good tagline for it: Black Christmas 2, fellatio comes home.
Oh yeah, I can't remember who that actor is, but he was the coach in Porky's, wasn't he?
Another one directed by Bob Clark.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's another Bob Clark movie. So I think you're right. I don't know the Porky's movies like the back of my hand. I just know there's two of them, and they've served their purpose.
yeah.
Kind of
The
like,
first one's really good.
like I think they're the type of movies you put in the category of like Animal House and movies like that,
Yeah, they're like
like
raunchy teen
fraternity
comedies.
movies. Yeah, right, exactly. But yeah, Ma Vader's saying a good choice of movies. We'll have to watch some of the ones mentioned. Yeah, if you find the
Yeah,
time for it,
yeah. There's a few that I
everything
haven't
that
seen yet.
yeah, everything that between what me and Greg mentioned, I would highly recommend. I mean, if as long as you're, if you're not like an actual like physical media collector and you can find those movies for free or on your streaming services, then yeah, give it a go.
Yeah,
But here, I'm at the fellatio scene right now. I think I'm just a little bit ahead of you, Greg.
yeah.
Just like a
51
few
years.
seconds ahead, but it's not a big deal. But this is where
Yeah,
she's spelling out she's spelling out the fellatio right
yeah. This is
now.
the same year as the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right. I mean, me personally, I'd say for all genres, the '70s is the
Yeah,
best.
1974
But
was a good year. You had Blazing
yes,
Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Young
yeah, dude,
Frankensteins.
'74. right. I mean, right before the big blockbuster in '75 with Jaws. '74 fucking pumped out a lot of good movies, man. Just I think the whole decade, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
even even going into the very early '70s, even with a lot of like Vincent Price films. I love Vincent Price films.
Actually, I caught Edward Scissorhands in theaters, and that was Vincent Price's final film role.
Right. I think that's 1990. Wasn't that 1990 when that came out?
Yeah,
Edward
1990. Yeah,
Scissorhands. And
yeah.
you know what? It's funny.
I
Go
went with
ahead.
my half sister, and I was deciding on between how Home Alone and Edward Scissorhands, and I decided on Edward Scissorhands because they opened around the same time.
I think if I was you, I probably would have went with Edward Scissorhands too. Like, especially if I got a view at the poster, like to see Edward, like I'd be like, what's his deal, you
Yeah,
know?
I was
But
already
technically, Edward Scissorhands, it does go through the Christmas season in that movie. You
yeah,
know that, right? It's not a
yeah,
Christmas movie officially, but it's appropriate for this time of year. And it also was released in December of not 1990. So, yeah, it's another one that's 35 years old this year.
yeah. I was a big fan of Tim Burton. I'm pretty sure I saw the original Beetlejuice in theaters, and I know I saw the 1989 Batman and Batman Returns when they came out.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the first two movies I know I saw in the theater actually. Is yeah, Beetlejuice and then, the 89 Batman. But like, another thing is I for me growing up, like everyone in my family wasn't into movies and cinema as much as I am. So for me to get to the theater was actually kind of tough. Mostly relied on my mom taking me to the video store and, relying on new releases and, older stuff and all that. But I lived in the horror section at the video store, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I remember going to movies. Like I started off going to the movies at a young age, like 2, 3 years old, and man, I've probably seen over 100 movies since then.
That's good, man.
Was always going
That's
to
another
a
thing I
movie.
enjoy about interacting with you. You like, you know your stuff from head to toe, even from music to movies. That to me just makes it very easy to just talk and elaborate and interact with you.
That's what I miss about old style filmmaking. I wish they would go back to like doing like original scores and original music for movies. There's like a magic in that's like lost today.
Ye- I think a big part is too is just having that artistic freedom. That's not there either.
The score is
And
a big
then
part of the film.
right. And unfortunately, another big part is let's play it safe. Let's not pay someone that can write something. Why don't we revive something that's made money? Let's pull a prequel or a sequel out from a movie that
Yeah,
hasn't been around for 20 years. Just like, for instance, as an example, Gladiator 2. Like, come on, man. Like that if Gladiator 2, all right, whatever. It should have been made years ago.
right.
But yeah, Wild Wranglers saying, yeah, rest in peace, Olivia Hussey, man. That's right. She's not with us, man. I think she died in her 50s, right? I think she died a little early.
Yeah, that's too early.
How old was she? I remember, yeah, I remember hearing that news that when she passed away, I was like, fuck, man. You know what movie she's in? You ever see the Clint Howard movie, The Ice Cream Man?
Oh yeah, that's a crazy movie.
Yeah, I think she plays his mother in it, which she has like a very minor role in it, but she pops up in that.
What was that? 1995.
I think you're
Ice Cream
right.
Man.
Yeah, I think it is 95, that one.
At their 30th anniversary there.
So Olivia was. Oh, never mind. I'm way off on the age. She was 73. I'm thinking she was like in her
No,
50s for some reason. So she
that's
died at
still
73.
too young.
Yeah, she died last year, December 27th, 2024, 73 years old. Yeah, she was a
Wow.
beautiful actress too, man. So moving on now, Olivia's boyfriend can't keep his head on straight to try to get the audition for his piano performance. So now he's gonna smash the shit out of this thing. Which I really think too with like a scene like this, it almost well I wouldn't say almost, but in a lot of ways it really does point to him being the killer in a way, and also at times with the little bit of seeing the killer, like more of like his silhouette, you can see he has that kind of shaggy haircut, which is what the boyfriend has, that kind of haircut too. So it's hard to tell who the killer could really be. I love how Jen is doing a watch party right now for the same movie with Texas and Juno.
Yeah.
And all she does is talk shit on Texas and Juno all the fucking time. And she's hanging out with the both of them right now. So wow. Just, oh my God. I'm talking about such a fraudulent person. Oh my God. Now you're gonna sit there talking shit on people for months, and now you're doing a watch party with them. Hey guys, is it okay if I'm your friend now? What a fraudulent soul, man. Hmm. So now we're at
He
the
can,
situation, with John Saxon here, and they're looking for the missing girl.
he kind of looks like Vigo Mortensen or Mark Singer.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. Okay. Oh shit. You're doing a stream with two people you don't like. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Oh man.
I can't remember his name, but the one guy with the this came through the door right there. I think he was in Porky's as well. He played one of the police officers at the end of the movie.
You're probably right. I wish I knew Porky's as well as I know like a lot of these horror films. It's been a long time since I've seen Porky's and Porky's too. There goes the cat. Fucking, he's on Claire's lap with the bag on her head. The taxi's waiting outside for the house mother. I don't even know why she bothers hiding all the brandy bottles over the house. Like, all the sorority girls know she's a drunk mess. Like, stop hiding the bottles.
The hiding the bottle in the toilet tank was pretty funny.
Yeah, right. It's like tied to a string. She's like pulling it out and shit. She's got one hidden inside of like an encyclopedia book.
My grandpa told me that my great grandfather, yeah, he was an alcoholic, but he would like hide bottles in the mailboxes and stuff.
Ah, the struggles of being a sneaky alcoholic. I guess you could
Yeah,
say.
friggin' mailbox.
Oh, yeah, Johnny's saying, yeah, I didn't know she died just last year. Wow, yeah. Yeah. Dude, that really was a surprise because, yeah, she died this time last year on the 27th. It happened just after Christmas. It's
Damn.
obviously she's in a big Christmas movie like this, too. But now the house mother is making her way up the attic ladder. Bad idea.
It's
Because
amazing.
she's looking for the cat. She's looking
It's
for the
amazing.
cat, Claude. Now go ahead.
It's it's amazing that Dick Van Dyke made it to 100 this month.
Right? That's a good example right there to bring up. I'm surprised she's even wasting her time looking for this cat. If the cat's in the house, okay, roll out. But she makes her way up to the attic, turns around. Claude. And Billy's got that hook. He's got that hook. He's ready to fucking throw that shit at her. And then she sees Claire all wrapped up in the rocking chair, and that's when reality sets in here. And she's like, fuck, I shouldn't be up here right now. She sees Billy and he throws that hook at her. Yeah, she's hooked up
Yeah,
now.
time to get the
But
hell out of
that
there.
same actress that plays the house mother, did you ever see a movie from 1974 called Deranged? Confessions of a
Yeah,
Necrophile? It's a
yeah.
it's a It's a it's a movie about Ed Gein, but they give him a different name. I think his name's like Ezra. It's also played the actor is the same guy in Home Alone, the guy shoveling the rock salt, Robert's
Oh God.
Blossom, the same
Oh
guy
shit.
who's in Christine, the guy who sells the car.
the the Lake Shore Shovel Slayer.
Yeah, he plays Ed Gein in that movie. But I love that movie though. But now that the house mother is out of the house, Billy's gonna have his tantrum now. He's gonna destroy all the Christmas decorations in the attic.
That's kind of
Man, you
funny
want to
now
talk
with
about
the.
one?
That's kind of funny
Go
now with
ahead.
the Shovel Slayer reference in Home Alone, him being in the rain.
Yeah, right. Exactly right. Right.
Kind of
More
ironic.
people need to see Derange. I think Derange is a great low budget movie, man. Apparently, that was also Tom Savini's second movie with special effects.
Yeah. I heard something like Tom Savini was supposed to work on the original Night of the Living Dead, but I don't think he was out of Vietnam at the time.
Right, that's right. Or at least that's the knowledge that I was able to
Yeah.
obtain with that. He was still a photographer in Vietnam at that point.
But he came back
So
for
now we officially,
Dawn of the Dead.
yeah, yeah. So now we officially have two victims in the house. And, the missing little girl outside, that is likely due to Billy. Billy probably killed this little girl. See, that's one thing that they don't really touch upon with this. I think the whole situation with this little girl going missing and ended up being killed is very thought provoking. And in a
Yeah, it
way can
is.
kind of distract you from the fact that there is a killer in the house. Because, all right, yeah, obviously you got nut ass Billy in the house, but all right, it's obvious that he can get out of the house and kill people too. That alone is terrifying. Yes, yeah, Olivia Hussey was 73.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't know
Wes
why.
is Wes is more when it comes to suspense.
So yeah, Wrangler's saying "To All a Good Night" is on Tubi. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that
Oh, it is.
actually, because
I have to watch that.
I really do. I want to go back and see that again. I don't have it in my collection, so maybe I can get that in before the end of this month. So thanks for sharing that, Wrangler. Yeah, yeah. Batman Returns is definitely a Christmas movie, right?
Yeah, it is.
Does a good does a really good job with the decorations throughout it too. Like like when all like the all the henchmen start like flying into the Christmas tree and shit, the giant tree outside the city tree.
Yeah, it's more of a sci-fi movie, but the Charles Band movie, Trancers, that takes place during Christmas.
Yeah, that's another
The
one I need to see
the
again.
the very the very
Transfers,
first one.
fuck. Wait, they made more of those? There's like sequels to Transfers?
Yeah, there's like six of them,
What?
and Tim Thomerson, I think, is in the first five, and then someone else is like the lead in the very last one, but he's kind of sort of in it, but not really.
Okay. And we got JB213 is here. Hey, how's it hanging,
Hey,
guys?
JB.
Yeah, everything is going good. But
Yeah,
yeah, welcome to the channel.
JB's from Miss List's channel as well. He's a good guy.
But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's good to
I'm
see.
only aware of the first three transfer movies. I haven't seen the last three.
Dude, I thought there was only one of those movies.
Yeah, there's like
Wow,
six of
holy
them.
shit.
I think all
Wow,
six of them
man.
were on Tubi at one point, but the first one is the best one. At least the first two.
You got my interest is really sparked now on that. Like I at least got to go back and see that original one and go from there.
Yeah, it's got Tim Thomerson, Heather Hunt. Um, oh, what's his name? That plays the chief in Cobra. Not the not the
I think I know
Andy
who you're talking about.
not Andy Robertson, but the other guy. He was in Field of Dreams as Babe Ruth.
Okay. I
Yeah,
know the face right now.
it's got
Yeah,
him
I
as like
definitely know the
has
face.
I has him like as the police chief.
So yeah, JB, when I'm sorry, when you would call for movie time or going back to like yeah, what was that like dialing like 212 film like for like movie theater times? Is that what you're referring to? I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off. Sorry.
Yeah,
But Greg definitely knows his movies and music. Yeah, that's another reason why I'm like, I really do enjoy,
yeah.
spending
When my
time
mind is sharp.
interacting and hooking up. Do you definitely know your shit, man? Thank God, too, man. I mean, like, I don't mind hanging out with someone who's not, knowledgeable on entertainment like that, but it's just, when you're able to connect with someone who at least has like, somewhat of an like, even like the slightest inkling of like classic movies and stuff. It just makes conversation so much easier. And I don't mind, showing people stuff that don't know much of anything. We all got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, I enjoy classic movies like this more than I do like modern movies today.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy practical effects and all that kind of stuff more than CGI.
Yeah. For me with CGI, I just like I understand that it does need to be used in certain situations. A lot of time with like fire scenes and stuff, because
Yeah,
nowadays with filmmaking, like they don't use real fire at all for safety issues and stuff. But as long as you can make that fire look, you know, at least 90% accurate, like it's real fire, then all right, go ahead and do it. But I just hate when some movies are just
oh
like
yeah,
it,
I remember checking
or
the paper.
just movies or a TV show. It's just like no practical. We're just relying on CG, and like I kind of hate to say this. Like, here's an example I'm going to bring up is the first season of the TV series for Wolf Creek. I don't know if many of you guys have seen that or not. Like, I'm a fan of the first two actual movies, but they went ahead and made a series out of that. I think it lasted for like a couple seasons. I don't know. I only got through the first season, but that is hands down the worst CGI I've ever seen in my whole fucking life.
Oh god,
Terrible.
have you seen
Absolutely
the
god awful, unwatchable.
Critter series from Shudder?
Yeah, that's a
That's
good
got some
example right there
that's got
too
some
of bad
awful CGI.
CGI. Oh,
That's
that
like
is,
sci
dude.
that's like Sci-Fi Channel from 20 years ago CGI.
Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. Dude, I couldn't even finish that. I couldn't finish that series. That's how bad it looked. But like, I mean, as far as critters go, like those movies, I really just like the first two. I think the
Yeah,
first one's
same.
it's a great little like creature feature type of movie. The second one does a good job at incorporating the Easter holiday, and then you get the giant ball of critters attacking people.
Right.
And then you get the third one where it's Leonardo DiCaprio's first movie ever, which he refuses to talk about. Like, come on, dude. Like
Yeah,
no one broke into the fucking world of Hollywood as an actor and made an A-class movie on their first fucking experience. Like, come on, dude.
yeah.
You were in Critters 3. Just what chit chat about it for a little bit. No, he won't talk about it. He Leonardo DiCaprio plays that as if he was never in the movie. He will not talk about that movie. I think that's fucked
You know,
up.
you know what's
But then
funny?
again, Critters 3 sucks, so who cares?
You know what's funny is Leonardo DiCaprio was in Critters 3. Johnny Depp was in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and then they end up on Who's Eating Gilbert Grape later on,
Yeah, you're
or What's
right.
Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah. I never looked at that way. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Gilbert, I killed him, Gilbert. I know, buddy. I know. Daddy's dead. Daddy's dead. Yo, God, oh man, DiCaprio should have won an award for that fucking
I
movie,
know.
man. What's eating Gilbert Grape? That is such a good movie, man. Oh shit! But Florida Dad saying, "Yeah, you remember checking the newspapers for show times? Yeah, I remember that
Right.
shit. Even getting some of the poster art in black and white, like the black and white newspaper
Yeah,
style.
and
Like
the
even getting
ads.
some poster art and stuff in the in the ads.
I
Oh,
miss
I miss
lobby.
those days.
I miss lobby cards. I think sometimes theaters might still have them.
Yeah, shit. As far as I'm concerned, with
Gladiator.
lobby cards. The only time I see lobby cards is when I buy like an Arrow Video Blu-ray now. Like they put lobby
Yeah,
cards in some
I
of
haven't
their
seen lobby
releases.
cards forever in a theater.
Yeah, but yeah, Gladiator, such a classic. Yeah, Ridley Scott too
Yeah,
is
yeah, the
really up
original
there
one.
as one of my. Ridley Scott
Yep.
is a top tier
Yeah,
director for me. Like,
yeah, he's
I
got a
mean,
pretty eclectic filmography because he branched off from like sci-fi, action, fantasy with legend.
yeah, right.
One of my
I mean,
favorite
like,
films of his is Black Rain. the 1989 film with
Yeah,
Michael Douglas.
yeah, very underrated one too. But my favorite thing from Ridley Scott for me, it's Blade Runner.
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner all day. Love
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
Rutger
Like,
Hauer
put it
plays a
this
good
way.
bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, play and also even just like his whole because he's like an android too. Like he does a good job at incorporating those kind of like android movements and stuff throughout that. But I mean, it's hard for me to land on a favorite movie of all time. Jaws is one of the biggest films for me, but I really feel like Blade Runner is my all-time favorite movie, though. Like Blade
Who
Runner is
who,
just
who do you think
visually,
would?
soundtrack, just
Oh, sorry.
everything about Blade Runner to me is just such a perfect movie. And I, on top of that, I really do enjoy all five cuts of the movie.
Who do you think would be the better director, Tony Scott or Ridley Scott?
Both are good, but I gotta give it to Ridley. I'm gonna give it. Yeah, I gotta give it to Ridley. But Tony Scott, he was great in his own way too. It's a shame he's not with us anymore.
Right.
It reminds me of also TV guides, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, TV
JB.
guy. Yeah, before it was on your TV. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what that reminds me of with Lost Boys with the grandpa. He collects the
yeah,
TV guides and don't
yeah. You
rip the
read a
label
TV guy,
off.
you don't
You'll
need a
ruin
TV.
it. Yeah, if you read the TV guide, you won't need a TV. Oh shit! Yeah, I remember we did a watch party for that one way back in the summer. I
Yeah,
remember that one.
we'll have to
Oh
revisit
shit!
that for its 40th anniversary.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm definitely down to do a re-watch party for that. As long as
Man,
you're
I
on board for that too,
man, I was so
man.
pissed when they did the Lost Boys sequel. I bought that movie. I watched it once and I threw it away.
Oh, so you're saying it
The
became a table coaster? That's what I like to
yeah,
call those. When
yeah.
you buy a movie, it's bad. You
Oh
got this
man,
copy. You know what it's good for? I can lay my beer on top of it.
I was
It's
so
a
excited
table
when it came
coaster.
out. But when I watched it, I'd never been so disappointed about a movie.
See, I can see the excitement on that though. Like but like even with that, like I think I understand your frustration and disappointment with the final product of that. That sucks, man.
But yeah, the first Lost Boys, that's definitely one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, JB is saying in horror movies, I find suspense the most important thing to have in a horror movie. Right? Yes, that
Yeah,
that is what's really going to
yeah.
grip you.
Without
I think off
suspense,
the
there is no
bat.
horror.
There you go. Well said. So now you got Olivia's boyfriend's out in the woods here. That's another thing that fucks things up with this. With the actual caller who's upstairs and the over obsessed boyfriend.
That's the one thing I like about the Friday the 13th series because I pretty much grew up in a wooded area and went camping all the time, so that resonated with me with that series.
I could see that. It's funny you say that too, because you remember in the second one, in the beginning, and he makes his way to Alice's house in the city.
Yeah,
When I first saw the second one, I was like, wait, Jason found his way out of the woods? He can make his way to the city. I live in the city. Like, I'm like a little
yeah,
kid thinking, like, fuck, he's gonna get me.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Jason, Jason drowned. How did he survive 23 years out in the wilderness all by himself?
Yeah, yeah. The second one, he built his little
Hmm.
ghetto hut out of like random pieces.
Yeah,
Love
this old
that
house,
shit.
Jason edition.
Yeah, this old house. That's good. it was tough watching. I'm sorry, it takes me back. It's tough watching TV.
Yeah, I remember reading the TV guide and finding out what was going to be going on. No, what was going to be on for the rest of the week.
Yeah, TV Guide Digest. But yeah, we're at the scene now where they're trying to tap the lines and everything. They're going through that old, like that entire old school process of tapping lines and everything. Of
Yeah,
course, you see,
back when there was
uh,
operators connecting you.
yeah, like an actual physical operator. We get to see Claire in her rocking chair again, just rocking away in the attic. Billy's taking good care of Claire. Yeah, Wild Wrangler saying, yeah, my great uncle was a drunk. Yeah, he broke in my grandmother's broke in my grandmother's hair place, stealed cups, kept combs in and drank.
Oh
Oh,
damn,
he drank that shit.
damn, that's crazy.
That blue liquid stuff. I know what you're
Oh
talking.
god,
Oh,
yeah, it's like
fuck.
a it's like an alcohol it's like
Oh.
a alcohol sanitized solution.
I mean, like I've
Damn,
heard of people.
that's
I've heard of
hardcore
like
right there.
alcoholics in hospital, like drinking hand sanitizer because it has like alcohol in it. But like
Yeah, or mouthwash.
Wrangler, that well, yeah, but that takes it to another level. Like,
Damn.
ew, God, my fucking God. All right, so now we're coming up to one of the most iconic kills in the movie here. Yeah, this is where Barb is going to be attacked by it's me, Billy. Question for you, Greg. Are you a fan of the remake of this movie?
I haven't seen the remakes yet. The
Oh,
two
okay.
remakes. I've only seen this one.
Oh, dude. No. Don't watch
I kind
that.
of avoided them.
2019, dude, don't watch that dumpster fire.
All right,
Watch the 2006 one.
all
Honestly,
right,
actually, because I know I've been meaning to send you something. I can send you a copy of that on DVD. It's not an issue.
all right.
So, but yeah, the
I think that might.
2006 remake.
I think it
It's a
might be
good
on Tubi.
movie. Yeah, it probably is. I know it's on Look Movie. I feel like the 2006 remake. It's a decent remake for what it is. It dives into Billy's backstory a little bit much, a little overextensive, and just I don't want to like elaborate too much and spoil too much, but I just think it does a decent job for being a remake because. I mean, like I will admit too, the first time I ever saw it, I was like, I don't know about this. And as years went along, holidays went along, and everything, I started to give it a another chance and gave it a watch. It started to grow on me. So overall, I feel like if you can get past some of the unnecessary, extensive backstory of Billy, you can enjoy the movie. And also, what's her name? The curly hair girl with the glasses. She comes back to play the house mother in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Barb's friend, like the one who's trying to keep the peace between everyone, the one
Yeah.
that's like not drunk. But like that actress actually comes back to be in the movie, and she plays the house mother in it. And another thing I find that's pretty good about the remake is the look of the house. The look of the house is very accurate to the one that we're watching here. Yeah, JB's saying, yeah, old TVs taught me discipline for when I lose my TV control.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little behind on comments, but I have yeah, Florida Dad saying, yeah, right. You ever change a channel with a pair of pliers? I've done it,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, when the knob breaks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
yeah,
been there. Oh man, God, it's bringing back like
yeah. And those
flashbacks as
old
a
TVs
kid right
were
now.
heavy as hell too.
Yeah, floor TVs. You know that 1 by 1
Yeah,
aspect
you had
ratio and shit.
yeah, and you had to have like a cable box if you wanted more than like 13 channels or whatever it was.
Right. Yes. Yes. Exactly right. If you didn't have a cable box, you were clicking the fuck out of that TV knob. Click, click.
Hmm. Yeah, and you
But
only got
now,
local channels.
so now where I'm at Barb's death scene right now, where the Christmas carolers they're singing outside, and Barb is being stabbed to death with the fucking glass unicorn thing. So yeah, current timestamp is 1 hour and 5 minutes and 18 seconds on my end. Tinfoil antenna.
Yeah,
Yeah. They always come in handy. I mean, shit, if you can't find a Christmas hat, you may as well wear a tinfoil fucking antenna. Oh, there was a little girl murdered in the park tonight. That's just creepy enough right there too, hearing that shit. Now I know the guy who's doing the phone call tracing. I know he pops up in David Cronenberg's Videodrome. That same actor.
hmm,
I guess he's like a reoccurring Canadian actor or whatever. Because yeah, he pops up in some other movies. I just can't remember right now, but now we're getting Billy's split personality phone call. But your mother and I must know, eh? You know that? A little bit of incest going on between the family during the holidays. It's like Billy knows just when to hang up that phone so they can't trace it. Yeah, JB saying, "Yeah, man, I know what come on and off, right?" Just freaked out right now. I thought I heard a rat in my house. Florida Dad saying rat. What the hell? All right, so we got 7 people in the chat right now. Oh, we got Derek's here over at Woo Riders. What's up,
hey
Derek?
Derek,
Hello
thanks for
there.
being
Hey,
here.
I'm sorry. I'm like blah, blah, blah. Hey, yeah, hey, hello there, Sean. Hope you and the family are doing well. Happy holidays. Yeah, everything's going well, Derek. You know, hopefully you and Macy the dog are doing well. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry it took so long for me to get to your comment there. But Wrangler is also saying, Eli Roth making a movie called Ice Cream Man. Really, next year? Okay. You know what movie I thought of his? I thought was pretty decent, and it seems like a lot of people were just not happy with. I actually liked Eli Roth's movie, that movie Clown that he did. Did you see that one?
I've seen a movie called Climb, but I can't remember if it was Eli Roth.
I think he
It,
produced it, or maybe he. I don't. You know what? Maybe he didn't direct that. I think he might have produced it or something. But
Is that the one where the guy gets like some kind of like curse and he's stuck as the clown?
Yeah, like the nose gets stuck to his
Yeah,
face, and you can't get
yeah,
the makeup off and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I watched it.
I thought that movie was decent, man.
Yeah, he tries like removing
2014.
he tries removing the makeup and he like pulls his nose off and everything.
Yeah, like his skin rips off, he starts bleeding and shit. But I thought the movie was pretty decent for what it is. But I want to see what was Eli Roth's part in that. Was oh, all right. So Eli Roth starred in the movie and he produced it. So apparently he had a role in it. I haven't seen it in so
Hmm.
long. I don't. That's
I've
another
only
one I don't
watched it
have a copy
once.
of. But I do want to go back and see that again. Yeah, God bless you too, Derek. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, you too, Derek.
Happy holidays. And stay safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend, man.
My favorite
So
all-time favorite
now,
clown movie would be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That was probably like
yeah,
my very
without a
first
doubt.
clown movie that I saw growing up.
Yeah. I be that and Stephen King's It. I think that was really
Those,
my introduction to clowns and horror. So
they really creep me out as a. And did you know they reused some of the clowns for the trolls and Ernest Scared Stupid? The
oh, did
mask.
they really? See,
Yeah, they reused some of
I
the
haven't
masks and
seen
repainted them
Ernest
for the
Scared
trolls.
Stupid
Yeah,
in
for
so long.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
I
Because the
see. I
Kyoto
gotta see
brothers
that again.
also did that movie too.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've seen Ernest Scared Stupid, so I'd have to go back to be able to
Yeah,
recognize
if you
that.
watch that
But
movie, you'll recognize the faces of the trolls as the killer
oh
clowns.
shit, fuck! Fuck! I want to see that now. But the Arrow release I have here comes with a. I have an exclusive slipcover that was exclusive to an FYE.
Oh
Look at
yeah,
that
that's
artwork.
nice.
It's like a
Yeah, that's pretty
giant
cool.
fucking clown hand grabbing someone there. But that was an exclusive slipcover, and then you get the original artwork there with the globe and everything. I know I got some glare
Yeah,
on that, but
yeah, that's a good classic film. I used to watch that all the time. I got the old MGM Midnight Classics DVD with a lenticular cover.
I have that too with the popcorn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have that. I have that release too, man.
I got the video game too that came out last year.
It's funny you mentioned the video game. I did a watch party for Killer Clowns from Outer Space maybe like 2 years ago. Or it was that time when the video game was coming out. And this is when you could still put videos up through StreamYard without a payment plan. So I played like 30 seconds of the video game footage in like the intro of the stream,
Yeah,
and YouTube fucking took that shit down right away. No notification, nothing. They just took the stream right off me. I was
yeah,
like, damn, dude, like it had to be because of that video game footage, I think,
yeah.
honestly.
It's probably NGM because they own it.
Probably right. But now this is where they're trying, the police are they're trying to get Olivia here to stay on the phone a little bit longer. Got to get you to stay on the phone. Jess, her name's Jess. I'm terrible with names, but yeah, Saxton's job is to get her to stay on the phone just a little bit longer. Doesn't matter how terrified she is. No, we got to get you to stay on the phone just a little bit longer so we can nab this guy. But I love the outcome of this is when they find out where this guy really is at.
Yeah, this probably got John Saxon's role in Nightmare on Elm Street. I bet doing this like 10 years later.
It's very possible. I also know that John Saxon at this point, he was one of those actors that would like show up on set and like he was like someone who was balding at the time. So like he used to walk around with a kit and he would go up to the directors and be like, what hair piece do you want me to wear? like the directors would be like, "What? Like you
Yeah,
got like a whole hair piece kit?"
I think Clint Howard was like that because he lost his hair at a really young age. He was always wearing like hair pieces and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, in like the 80s he was wearing hair pieces and eventually he was like, "Fuck it." You know, he stopped wearing
Yeah,
the hair pieces. But him and Evil Speak, man. That Clint Howard Evil Speak, that is such a fun
yeah.
movie, man. When he
Ticks.
becomes like fully possessed, he's floating in the air with a giant sword. He's cutting people in half and shit. I've never done a stream for that one, man. That's something that's gonna have to get done at some point. All right, so Exorcist reviews had to check out of here, but yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, though, man. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah, you
he
take
said, yeah,
care.
thanks for a great chat. But sometimes he he finds time to slide in here and hang out with us. Other times he can't. But I'm just glad that worked out for him here tonight. I haven't seen him or heard from him in a while, but he does a lot of good. Obviously his channel is Exorcist reviews, but like he does some really interesting stuff related to The Exorcist, and The Exorcist is a top tier horror movie for me. So with saying all that, like I end up learning new things from watching his channel because he focuses so much on The Exorcist.
I wonder how that remake is going to be with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I saw the poster for that. I mean, I love Scarlett Johansson. I really do. It's just another Exorcist movie. But you know what? Gotta stay open minded, right? Gotta stay
Yeah,
open minded.
never know until it comes out. Then you.
Exactly, exactly. You can't jump the gun. That's just a very unfair way of thinking and doing all that. But I'm just gonna say, so far, I'm not excited about it. I just hope it ends up being a good movie, especially after the last one with Believer.
Yeah,
What a shit show that was. So yeah, Florida Dad saying, yeah, is that a horror hoodie you have on, Greg? Yeah, don't you have that Michael Myers hoodie on
yeah,
that
it
you're
is.
wearing?
Yeah, it's kind of like the one that Miss Liz has, except this one's in color. It's got all the horror icons all over it.
I, you know what? That's another thing. I can't solo shot people. They make you sign up for a membership to get a solo shot. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I got this.
But yeah,
I got this last December from Printerval. It was only like $37.
that's not
It's like a
bad, honestly,
it,
because like
it's like a
nowadays, like a lot of hoodies are like $50.
yeah. It's a custom print website. They have like all sorts of different clothes, bed sets, bags, like luggage bags, duffel bags, baby clothes, and
Well,
you can do your own custom print or whatever prints they have.
so like they have like those kind of prints for like all types of like apparel, like material stuff like
Right?
that. That
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I
yeah,
think they
that's pretty
also do
cool.
plush blankets too, hoodies, and yeah, socks, all types of stuff. Pretty cool.
It, India made their own version of it. Hmm.
Oh God,
Oh my God,
the Hindu version.
Indiana. Ma Vader saying, "I just saw that Killer Clown movie for the first time. Yeah,
Oh
hopefully you
really?
enjoyed it."
For the first time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, it's such an
apparently
enjoyable movie.
apparently there's going to be a remake of that with Ryan Gosling producing it. I'm not
Dude,
so sure about that.
I remember seeing a post on Instagram about that. Like
That's where I
they had
saw
a
it.
picture of it was like a picture of Ryan Gosling, and it was like mentioning that he's attached to this new Killer Clowns project. And I was like, am I like going through a fever dream right now? Like, am I really reading this?
I'd much rather have a sequel than a remake.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
there was supposed to be a remake a long time ago, but it got kind of shelved.
Okay. So now we're at the point where it seems like they finally have tapped into the calls. So yeah, now they're able to figure out the calls are coming from the exact address. So they're coming from inside the house. So yeah, John Saxon's character as the cop here, he gets that info. He just takes a moment to realize that it's not wise to relay this info to Jess. Because if he relays this to Jess, she's going to bug out. And the other police officer, obviously, he's not with us anymore. His throat's been cut. So that's another thing. Billy has been outside of the house again. And Saxton's relying on his most unreliable guy, the guy who got played with the fellatio joke. Jess is in the house by herself. Phone ringing again. This is where the movie gets really tense. I think out of like any real moment throughout the rest of this movie, this is like the most tense moment now. You could see her going through it too. So now she picks up the phone, and it's Nash, the police officer, the incompetent police officer.
Would slasher would be your number one of the horror genre?
My number one slasher? Ooh.
No, slasher. Would that be like your number one preference in horror genre wise?
Black Christmas is like a top three slasher for me, really is. I honestly, I think like really like all time though, it's either
Hmm.
Friday the 13th Part Two or The Burning.
Yeah,
It's it's like really
yeah,
one of
that's a
those
close
two,
one.
but Black Christmas is like right behind it. That's another thing. But now Jess has gotten the information from from the Nash, the police officer. The calls are coming from inside of the house. She doesn't know what to do. She's bugging out. She's calling for her friend Barb and Phil upstairs. She's getting no response. This is great acting here too from Olivia Hussey. She genuinely looks terrified. She's getting no response out of her screams. She's at the door. I would have been gone. I would have been like, fuck you, Phil and Barb. I'm out of here. You always got the fire poker, right? There's a fireplace. Where there's a fireplace, there's a fire poker. So what's Florida Dad saying here? If it's as good as their Indian street food, then I bet it's really good. No, this is terrible for my taste. And we got Stacy's here. Acres of
Hey, Stacy,
Movies. Hello, Stacy.
what's the
Good to
best
see you
horror
here,
movie to me?
Stacy. Thanks for sliding in here at the end. Well, somewhat towards the end. I don't even know. What's our time?
Best horror movie ending.
All right, so we got about. Oh yeah, we're on the final act right now. We're in like the final 12 minutes of the movie. But yeah. So she's saying, "What is the best horror movie ending?" Ooh, so many good ones. Jesus
I
Christ.
would say, well, for me, it kind of leaves on the cliffhanger because it's probably intentional, but the ending for the original Halloween, because it's like it leaves you wanting more and what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Oh, this is where Billy's eye goes creeping through the door. We get a little visual of Billy now. And Jess is aware that her friends are dead. She pushes the door up against Billy, runs it out of the fucking house. But as she's trying to get out the door is not opening. Billy is making his way down the steps, grabs her fucking hair. That is a genuine scream right there, too, man. The
Like,
noise he's making, too.
can you imagine screaming like that take after take? How draining that would be, screaming all like that, and blowing your
Right.
voice out.
I mean, like, I would imagine that, like, maybe sometimes, like, we're like with recording that, they might be like, "Yo, we already got the scream, so let's get the reaction." Who knows? We
Yeah, they
us
dissub
as
it.
viewers, yeah, us as viewers never know everything that goes into how things are executed, but I don't think, someone like that, Olivia Hussey, could scream perfectly like that take for take. That'd be tough, man, because that is a solid screeching scream, man. But now she's in the basement. But overall, I'm pretty sure Jess thinks it's her boyfriend, right? The troubled boyfriend who apparently she's pregnant and wants to have an abortion, and I don't know. I just think this movie's crafted so well, man. It really is. Atmosphere, contrast, and darkness, and a lot of scenes.
Yeah, wasn't this like
I d-
something under $1 million?
Probably right. I mean,
Like a half a
74.
million, maybe.
Let's look that up real quick. You're probably right, Greg. Honestly, you're probably right. But
I
that's
know the original
confirmed.
Friday the 13th was like just over 600,000.
So let's look up the budget. Christmas, Black Christmas is the budget was 686,000 and it pulled in 4 million.
Man, that's
So
amazing.
yeah, very, very low budget film that profited.
Yeah, and Friday the 13th was around the same, just a few years later.
Yes. I got what, 8 years later? Something like that. So now Jess is in
Six.
the basement. She can see through those basement windows. Someone is creeping around, but who is it? Could that be the police? So now she hears that muffled voice. Someone is screaming through the window. Hey, Jess, is that you in there? You all right? I wouldn't
Typical horror
trust it.
movies, instead of running away from danger, they always go towards it. Lock yourself inside the house.
But I mean, like, no, you're definitely right, Greg. But like, I feel like the only place that she could be safe is the basement at this point. But she should have left. Right? She should have fucking left.
I'd be running like hell.
Yeah, right. I'd be making sure the neighbors are awake too. All right, Tony's back. Tony's back here at the end of the film for the
Hey,
final act here.
welcome back, Tony.
But yeah, Stacy's saying hello to to me and Greg here and everyone else.
Hello, Stacy.
See see a random pair of ice skates on the wall. I must feel like, let's use those as a weapon, right? But we don't do that till Halloween H2O.
Right.
So now Peter, she can see him, still thinks it's him.
That kind of looks
Eh,
like the same basement used in Home Alone with the furnace.
yeah, I can see that, yeah. Hey Jess, what are you doing down here? You're about to get whacked with a fire poker, bro. Ah, the poor dead cop in the street. There goes that scream again. Yeah, we're coming up to the end here, but oh man, I just did. I don't know. Every Christmas, this is just such an annual watch for me. As I said, even besides it being a holiday film, it's just it's such a top tier slasher for me. I really do enjoy this film. Watching this outside of the holidays is not something I would typically do, but I could watch this. Like, I could watch this in like a situation of like Christmas in July, but I enjoy it more during this time of year.
That's definitely among one of the holiday horror films that are is talked about the most. Like Christmas always comes
Yeah.
up.
And now you see the outcome of that. Jess has killed her boyfriend.
That's a creepy looking guy too.
So now we get the explanation of what the cops think is happening.
He kind of reminds me of a young Malcolm McDowell too, like during
Yeah, I
Clockwork
can see that.
Orange.
I can see that. It's funny you mention him. He's in the 2012 loose remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night called Silent Night.
That's right.
Like I I find it weird that they have her resting in this bed. They should have her in an ambulance on a gurney in the ambulance right now. No, we'll have her resting in bed in this house that is a crime scene. But that's movies, that's cinema for you, right? You can only put in so much logical reality, right? Get them the hell out of here. Get the press out of here. Get them downstairs. We got 7 people left in the chat. We'll be ending this stream fairly soon here in the next few minutes. Oh, wow. We have Miss Liz here. Hey, what's up? Thank you for
Hey,
stopping
Miss
by.
Liz, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to the
Very cool.
channel. But yeah, we're at the very end of Black Christmas here, the original 74 classic. But
Yeah, it's been
yeah, yeah.
51 years.
Right, right. I'm just very surprised to see her pop up in the chat. So, but it's very, blah, blah, blah. Very cool to see you here, though. Thank you
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much for
Thanks for
stopping
stopping
by.
by. She talks about this movie a lot too.
Yeah, she said
That
she
and
watched it today. Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
that and Gremlins and
Technically, like another thing is like yeah, like this movie was released on December 20th, 1974. So it is its anniversary. So yeah, it's 51 years old officially.
it's definitely a film that still holds up today.
Oh yeah. This movie to me is just it's timeless. It's something I grew up with. Just just the creepiness of the atmosphere throughout it. The fact that they do such a good job at concealing Billy and between his obscene phone calls, all the acting between all the female actresses in this, Olivia Hussey, Margot Kidder, it's just fuck, man, it's just such a perfect fucking holiday movie. I don't know, I'll never get tired of watching this film. Like it just it this movie is legitimately an annual watch for me. I cannot get through Christmas without watching this classic. But I'm just glad that we, you and I, Greg, we decided to land on this tonight. And again, Greg, thank you very much for joining me for the stream to do this.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Had a great time.
So now we get that camera just focusing on the attic right there, on that staircase. And meanwhile, we still got two bodies upstairs that the cops haven't figured out yet either. That's another thing this movie does brilliantly. The house mother and Claire covered in some fucking plastic. uh, where's the cat? Where's the cat that was on her lap? Poor kitty. Where's the kitty? Where's the kitties? And yeah, as it fades out now into the credits. But I gotta love holiday horror, man. I don't know. I get a kick out of it. Every year this time of year, I don't know, man. As soon as it's always day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday rolls around, time to roll out the holiday horror films, man. I love that shit.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm just glad that I got on the stream here, Greg, and yeah, in a lot of ways, I just never thought the day would come. But with saying that, I always enjoy you in the chat interacting, and it's on top of that, I'm just really glad that I've gotten to know just get to know you a bit better through here and everything, and I guess just leaves room for other things to come in the future on the channel, and what other content to get made. But other than that, I had a great time with this here tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sorry for the little botched from my exit in the beginning, but
No, 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 no
yeah,
problem, dude. No problem at
but
all. But
that's all about it.
get to the end of the comments here. Miss Liz is saying, absolutely love this movie, of course. Wanted to stop by tonight. Yeah, thank you very
Uh,
much for
yeah,
stopping by.
yeah, thank you, Miss Willis. Much
So,
appreciated.
she's saying, what's your guys' favorite horror movie? Fuck.
Oh, favorite all time.
I gotta go with Jaws, because Jaws is what really had such a grip on me, and that is what opened me up to all cinema. It really is Jaws. But to give you a runner up to that, it's Jaws and Blade Runner are like my ultimate movies right there.
For me, I'm gonna say the 1987 Fred Decker film, The Monster Squad, because it has like
Yes.
everything. Because it has everything that you want in a horror movie. It has all the Universal monsters in it. wrapped up in one film, and it was like one of the
Yeah,
earliest horror films I watched growing up. Yeah, if you guys
right.
haven't seen that movie, check out The Monster Squad, 1987,
Yeah,
directed by Fred
you know,
Decker, written by Shane Black.
dude, it's such a perfect film, even for a film that does have a short run time in a way, but
Yeah,
still to this day, the
yeah,
best looking
It's only 82
creature.
minutes.
I still think it's the best looking creature from the Black Lagoon. That fucking oh my god! First
Yeah, and
time I saw that fucking
the
thing,
werewolf design is pretty cool too.
yeah, when he blows up and then he
Hmm.
reforms again too. It's like holy shit. I love the Monster
Wolfman's
Squad though.
Wolfman's got nards.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. But all right, so that is Black Christmas, everyone. All right, we got through Black Christmas here tonight. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and shut this one down now. But just to check in on a couple other comments here. Yeah, Wild Wrangler was here with us the whole time. He's saying good night to everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays to all.
Merry Christmas.
And Miss Liz saying Jaws is amazing and Monster Squad, great classic, great picks.
Right, yeah, I can't deny Jaws. Another 50-year-old film.
Yeah, yeah, back on June 20th, that the year mark. But Jaws is
Would have
what
been
got it started for me, man. Really did.
would have been interesting to see it in 3D because that's what they did for the 50th anniversary. They're showing it in 3D.
Yo, but I heard that they didn't do that till like August. Is that true?
They might have, maybe, yeah.
I find
They
that
they
weird. It's like, yo,
they
it's the end of the summer. Like, what the fuck?
yeah.
But either way, that's still, it's still cool. I mean, I'd never seen Jaws in 3D, but that would be pretty cool to see, even in IMAX. But and yeah, Wild Wrangler saying thank you to me and Greg here. But yeah, thank you to Wild
Yeah,
Wrangler.
thank
Happy
you.
holidays, bro. And yeah, yeah, Tony saying good night. And yeah, Florida Dad too. Yeah, very informative live. So yeah, thank you guys very much for hanging out with us here tonight. And
Yeah,
all
very well.
right,
Thank you,
so
everybody.
tomorrow night I will be live again, but I will have a different guest on the channel. I will have a buddy of mine, Johnny, over at the Wild Guys. We're going to be watching another foreign horror movie, which is from 2007. We'll be watching the movie Inside. And the reason why we're going with that is because it's a movie that takes place on Christmas Eve. It isn't really technically a Christmas horror movie, but because of the fact that it takes place on Christmas Eve, it falls into that category. And Johnny, who's joining me, he's a big fan of foreign horror films. So it's something that he wanted to do at the same time. So that's the reason why we have a 3-day weekend going here. I haven't done this in a long time, 3 streams in a row like this, but
Hmm,
I having a
busy
great
week.
time doing it. And on top of that, Greg, it's honestly like I've enjoyed all the interactions with you since you've been a subscriber to my channel. And I never thought I would find a day where you and I would be on a panel, and it's exceeded my expectations. So I just want to say, Greg, thank you for just being yourself, man. Really, you're a cool
Oh,
ass
no problem.
dude,
Thank you.
and I feel like you and I have a lot in common. And I just look forward to just kicking it, having a good time with you, and just enjoying shit and just keeping it real and having fun. That's all, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, but other than that, we will end this here in a minute. All right, we'll take this right to the 2:30 mark, because where we'll take it at. We'll take it right there. So we got a minute left. But other than that, yeah, on the channel here, I am going to do a top physical media releases stream before the end of the year, hopefully, because I am a physical media collector at heart. So, like, it's something I like to do at this time of year. So, that'll probably be like a top 10, physical media releases that I thought were the best, in my opinion. That'll be a countdown that I do here on the channel. And, yeah, also we have 12 Monkeys on December 29th. Will be 30 years old. I'll be doing a stream for that one. So, yeah, we
That's a
got
good
some
movie.
things in the pipeline, that's for sure. And I mean, I would love to try to get Four Rooms in, because that's another one that's 30 years old this year. It's a great movie to watch on New Year's Eve. So hopefully we can get a stream in for that. But other than that, though, Greg, thank you very much for joining me here tonight. I had a great time with this, and obviously I'll stay in touch with you and everything. We'll get everything all figured out.
Sounds good.
All right, take care, everyone. Happy holidays. Be safe, and we'll see you all in the next one, everyone.
Take care. Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.